Okay,
Look at
Frank,
this.
bro.
What's up, bro?
Infinite, bro.
Infinite, bro.
That's it.
Repeat after me, Sebastian. May all beings be happy.
Okay, so yesterday you watched Akira, right? It's your first time watching.
Animations and manga, I never cared about it before, but now I like animations and manga. Because animation's closer to like emptiness. And just the way like they use their mind to like mold and like construct and deconstruct and bend reality. And like I said in my last video, that's actually how meditation feels like. Meditation really feels like you're not doing it in the head, you're actually like making it affect on, you know, the universe.
How has awakening and meditation thus far affected your IQ intelligence?
From the way that I experience things directly, ever since stream entry, my brain has been working at a different level. Just like it feels like a chip in my brain has been replaced every time I hit a path, and it's just working way more efficient and faster. And that's one of the first things that I realized after stream entry. I woke up the next morning, I was like, holy shit, like everything is just luminous. It's so crispy and so crystal clear, and there's just like, it's like, okay, from stream entry to fourth path, it was like movie from 720 to 1080 to 4K to 360 degree 4K. Yeah. And everything's just like totally holographic. It's like I can penetrate through everything. It's like, what the fuck? And last time I talked about how like I had trouble reading in the beginning, like right after the final shift. But now I'm getting used to it, I can actually focus more. When you concentrate on infinite space, when awareness is being aware of itself completely and thoroughly, versus being concentrated on like a tiny spot, it's actually the same thing. You're just condensing infinity into the laser point of concentration that you can like just read every word like that. And then yeah, Shizhen Yang said that meditation made him like 10 times smarter. Yeah. And then creativity wise, actually like I used to be really attached to creativity, like, you know, personal creativity, what like my mind can generate, but I'm not nearly as attached to that, because like every moment that I experience, like just moment to moment, it feels like just like real time creation of the divine happening. So like even just sitting here talking to you, it feels like I'm just creating like a masterpiece. I'm sort of more interested in giving people this awakening thing so they can create their own reality. Whenever people send me like experiences or insights on like awakenings, I'm like so happy. I can perceive every sensation inside my body and outside, stretching all the way to infinity, 360 degrees simultaneously all at once. I'll spend like an hour or two writing an Instagram post before. I have to think consciously and like intentionally think really hard about how I'm going to construct the sentence and stuff like that. But now it just flows. Now it just like feels like I'm picking up signals, I'm channeling. And also because the stuff that I talked about before, it was more like, again, it's more like personal, more like quote unquote ego based, right? But now it's just like I'm talking about stuff that you can experience. I'm just like pulling like information out of the void to describe the void. So it's like in a sense it's way easier because you're describing what is. The stuff that people have been talking about for like since the beginning of time. You know, every religion is about non-duality and enlightenment before it got corrupted by dogma. And the way you express it, there's infinite ways that you can express the one truth. That's where the creativity comes in.
And I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. We hold me tight and I let go.
阿嬷不会讲话，
阿嬷不会讲话。
我会讲啊，
会不会听？
我听啊，不听，
没有听啊，没有听，没有讲啊。
没有讲有啊，有，
那会自己洗澡，
睡觉好了。
自己洗澡，还是你要洗？
对。
One of the hardest things that I had to let go of is the brain, is the mind. First I let go of the brain for the mind, and then and I have to let go of the mind for consciousness. And then finally, I have to even let go of consciousness. That's pretty much the whole step. And then I was so identified with like the mind, like, oh, mental aesthetics. I'm this creative guy. I'm this like intelligent guy. I invest so much energy into like building this brain, this mind, that was the hardest thing to let go. I've read so many philosophy. I read so many science books. I really haven't found the answers to what I'm looking for. And I always felt like the next step to transcend is to meditate. So that's when I started to get into spirituality. I spent all those years trying to build a brain so it can deconstruct itself. I didn't let go of my mind until my final awakening, when I had that like, okay, what's beyond the mind is better than the mind. I was like, fuck it. Every time you transcend a new level, the level before that, not only do you get to keep, it's upgraded. Spirituality for me is like, it's having your cake and eat it too. And in terms of emotions, I can feel way deeper emotions, but you can just easily detach from them if you want. See, mid-path, sometimes people get this feeling of like having no emotions, true emptiness. It's more amazing than all the drugs combined in the world. You also get everything that your heart desires, since you don't really want anything anymore. Another thing I noticed is way more synchronicities. But if you think about it, everything's perfect, every particle is aligned perfectly. Every single event is a synchronicity, which means there's no synchronicity. I never really got into like lucid dreamings or like astral projections or like out-of-body experiences, because I look at them as like a woo-woo extreme of the spectrum. If it doesn't change my everyday moment-to-moment waking experience, I didn't really, give a fuck about it. It's kind of in line with the magic thing also. It's like, it's a byproduct of gaining insight into your moment-to-moment experience. So my dreams lately they don't seem like dreams anymore.
突然看到我自己，然后超吓啪又跑。
对，就这样。然后我会被吸到一个洞里，然后出来一个洞以后，我会在同一个房间里面。然后前2天我就遇到你，然后我去黑洞下来以后，还在一样的房间，可是你在我房间。I'm not jumping into the conclusions about this. At this point, like I sort of dissolved the duality between what's real and what's not real, what's in my head, what's not in my head. All that's gone. So I'm agnostic about what it means to have quote unquote out of body experience. If you think about it, it's not that weird. You were never inside your body anyway. 我最近都有这种经验，就是快睡着的时候，
就快睡着都是，
然后那个感觉就是好像是同一个平行宇宙那样子。因为你看物理学家不是说平行宇宙都在旁边的，只是你感受不到，
就一起的，
对，就无限的，然后每个可能都有可能。对，好奇怪。我跟你讲，那个 3C 的感觉很像那个 awaken awareness。因为没有中心点，它每个声音都这样绕的，就这样，就是那个。可是他看的东西，对，可是你最后连那个都要 detach， 然后全部都不是你，全部都是你，才有自由。
He's like my oldest friend. I haven't talked to him for like 2 years. He got into spirituality before I did, actually. I think every relationship you have on this journey is to help you wake up more. And then the more you wake up, people that aren't aligning with your goal to wake up, they just drop away. This guy filmed my very first Mind Games video. I don't know how I got the idea.
So how has Metta been impacting you?
Okay, so basically, if you expand your consciousness to infinity, you have to fill that infinite space with the heart. That's the whole point.
Now I can't find the key without you, and now your song is on repeat, and I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. We hold me tight and not let go. Symphony, like a love song on the radio. We hold me tight and not let go.
And there are moments now in my normal meditation sitting that comes very close to this kind of out-of-body feeling. Oftentimes it comes right before cessation or nibbana, reaching the edge of your, at least sensei reality. It's the macro cessation brings you to a new path. I can sense that there's a tunnel coming up, and I'll go closer and closer to the tunnel, and I'll go into the tunnel. Like the other night, I went to this like party, this house party, right? And then I was just seeing people like sleeping on their beds, and I would like fall on top of them, and then I'll try to like communicate with them. I would imagine that if I was to like interact with the beings there, or if I don't interact with them, but if they see me, I would imagine that I'm probably not going to be in my current form. I'll probably look like fucked up or like frightening or like maybe like more aesthetic. I don't know. So I was thinking maybe ghost entities are just beings from another dimension that sort of slip into the other dimension, you know? So maybe like having like enlightenment or attainments can actually give you that extra faculties to sort of like temporarily peek into other dimensions for just a little bit. And Chula said he has similar experiences too, and that's how he explains reincarnation in a scientific way. He said like quantum entanglement, right? One particle affects another part of the other end of the universe, or in a totally different universe. Now, how does that happen? You're not perceiving your previous life or your future life or whatever. You're perceiving in real time other people's lives right now. And because if minds are all connected, then it makes sense that, you know, maybe you can pick up signals from other minds. And I'm doing that right now with you, right? Yeah, and then when you watch movies, you can only understand what's going on in the movie by getting into the heads of the characters. So it's almost like the same thing, it's just different degrees and different intensities. And then people are like, okay, it's all connected. How come I don't know exactly what you're thinking? We know what each other's thinking well enough to understand each other. But of course, we're not gonna know exactly what each other's thinking. But then we don't know what we're thinking by ourselves anyway. We don't have access to our own minds. Yeah.